And the game of the year is Baldur's Gate 3.
Now, this was a slap in the face to most of the gaming community. Honestly, Spider-Man 2 didn't even get a nominee. Let's break down if they deserved Game of the Year, though. We'll talk about Spider-Man 2 and why it may deserve Game of the Year. Could Spider-Man 2 have won Game of the Year? My answer, yes, and easily. We're not going to take away anything that the development team over at Baldur's Gate did, because I know they put in a lot of hard work and that game received many reviews. But the thing that Spider-Man 2 did, they did it well. It continues a story from the first game that got released in 2018. Right? You got Miles Morales and you got the other Spider-Man working together to fight crime. I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan, but even I realized how quick it was and how easy it was to just pick up the game and just go. Peter Parker and Miles are super fun to play, and I like the way that the story switches between both characters to give you like this curious feeling of like how the other Spider-Man is doing. A lot of people don't realize that that's a pretty good balance that the game even had. Just that element alone was super, super cool. Um, the gameplay is a super fun experience. Like I said, it's really easy to pick up, and the controls are super smooth. Combat feels amazing, and like they didn't do anything that was like too grindy. I don't think the game is grindy at all. Just pick up the game, explore the city, and you're gonna unlock a lot of stuff, gadgets and upgrades and everything. They even let you wear the original suit from the original trilogy, which is pretty cool. Now they do have some shortcomings. Spider-Man's MJ, it felt like a watered down Last of Us experience. I didn't like it very much at all. It kind of took me away from the game itself. So I can definitely see how if the game isn't completely all perfect, then it should probably take away some points. And Baldur's Gate 3, I did play it a decent amount and it didn't have many points like that. MJ experience, I wish that they didn't focus on her as much as they did. I felt like they just kind of threw that in because they had to. Um, there's nothing wrong with putting her in, but I do feel like they should have had more villains to play or even to play as. The game in 2008 had some similar things, but it didn't feel as stretched out as this one did. It is a PS5 exclusive also, so it is hard to convince people with how fun the game is if you can only play it on one system because Baldur's Gate 3 is like on everything. And honestly, I think that it deserved Game of the Year or at least a nomination. And since it didn't get it, it's like, what's up? But that's not to take away from anything that Baldur's Gate 3 did. They did it with a brand new studio, and they've been working hard on it for a very long time. Now, the thing that gets me sometimes is the fact that it was it was in early release like in 2020 or something like that. So the fact that you can just come through and have it eligible for Game of the Year in 2023, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, kind of don't make sense to me. Like that game was you can play it in 2020, even though it was early release. Of course, the game is going to be playable 3 years later. I'm not taking away from anything. There are a couple other nominees like Super Mario. They had Alan Wake, Zelda. I think the Resident Evil 4 remake was actually in the conversation. It was a nominee. Those games are amazing. And this ultimately is up to you, the viewer that's watching this video. And with that being said, there is a lot of stuff that Baldur's Gate 3 did absolutely amazing. So now I think about it, Baldur's Gate may have deserved Game of the Year because that game is absolutely amazing. Shouts out to the team. Shouts out to everybody who created every game, honestly, and shout out to all the nominees. What do you think? Tell me in the comments what you think should have won Game of the Year, and probably what didn't get mentioned. Was one of your favorite games probably not in the nomination list? Let us know because this is how we feel about Spider-Man not being even a nominee. Till next video, feel out.